What's up in the web? Yeah, try to leave this alone, and against my better judgment, I'm gonna go ahead and address it. But there's a hashtag I guess that's been going on around Twitter that's kind of an add-on of the whole Me Too thing, where people have gone so far as to say Me Too, he was a Q. Now, again, I was gonna leave this alone for several reasons. I mean, one, the saying goes that a hit dog will holler, and this dog ain't hit, so rude, but at the same time, I think it would be irresponsible to not address it for several reasons. First and foremost, because if I don't, some Neo somewhere will. And while I have faith in my brethren, at the same time, I don't want to be sitting back saying, knowing I could have said something when I'm reading somebody else's and been wishing that bro would have been more in versus being out. So this is me stepping up to that. With that said, I need to make a couple of disclaimers because it's 2019 and y'all be doing the most. So, first and foremost, and I'm making disclaimers not to preserve anybody's hurt feelings. I really don't care if I hurt your feelings, if I trigger you. I just want to make sure that if I do hurt your feelings, it's because of what I actually said and meant, and not something that you heard or perverted it to or wanted to hear, whatever. So, a couple disclaimers, and this is an organic video. It's not scripted. So I'm going to keep it going as they come. First and foremost, yes, it's 2019 and I have cornrows. Second, they're kind of old. They've been in for like a week and a half. I lift. Damn, I pray. Yeah, whatever. Third, while I am a man of Omega, I'm wearing red. So if you feel a way about it, bros, I live in Maryland. Rude. Obviously. Third, this is not something to defend my fraternity, nor am I speaking on behalf of Omega Sci-Fi Fraternity Incorporated as an organization. I'm speaking as a man, first and foremost, who just happens to be an Omega. I'm offering that up to give you context of my perspective. At the end of the day, our first cardinal principle is manhood, and I'm going to speak my mind. But in no way, shape, or form is this Omega Sci-Fi stance on the hashtag. All right, so let's get into it. I'm not going to pretend that there aren't men who have secured the mantle of Omega that have done horrible things to women. Rape, sexual assault, whatever you want to call it. Sexual harassment, it's happened. Okay? Nor am I going to pretend that that is specific to Omega or any fraternal organization, any organization, period. That's men and rape culture. It is what it is. That's not an excuse. But the reason why I feel like I need to address this is because the hashtag specifically calls out one organization and the implication in that. See, normally I wasn't bothered because, heavy is the head that wears the crown. When people hear about fraternities, specifically black fraternities, the first one that comes to most people's mind is Omega. We are not the largest, but we are the ones who leave a memory. Okay? With that, there's a lot of good that comes with that, but there's a lot of bad that comes with it. You factor that in to anything, really. It goes back to school days. G5G, that was nothing but the bros. You got that Burning Sands movie. Okay? Like everything, when there's a parody about Black Greek life, they go to the Qs. But our tailgates are always full of grills, And I don't say that to be like, why are y'all coming back if y'all don't like us? I'm just saying we are the prominent ones. And naturally, when it's time to be the butt of a few jokes, and this is not a joke, I'm not saying that, the Q's come to mind. And it rhymes. Me too. He was a Q. So I get it. Wasn't mad at all. All right. But my issue is this is kind of shifting into a whole, okay, this is a Black Greek issue when it's really a patriarchy, a rape culture thing. And of course, black men are not exempt from it. It's different, it's more nuanced, but we're not exempt from it. And it's shifting to a focus where I think it's going to become toxic somewhere, where the same thing where we've seen other and the quest to be heard, the narrative has been shifted, and then ears that need to be listening are forced to take a defensive stance, and nobody learns, nothing, no progress gets made from defense. So my main issue with this is, again, like, my first and foremost issue is black men victimizing our sisters, like Greek or otherwise. It's no secret that most rapes are committed by people you know and people in your immediate circle. Just like most murders are committed by people you know, people in your immediate circle, or even your neighborhood. That's why the misnomer of black on black crime is not you kill who's there, who's going to drive across town and kill a stranger. Okay, you're going to rob, kill, victimize the people near you who are convenient. Okay, same thing. Rape is no different. I mean, there are fetishes that might take somebody out on some criminal mind stuff, but that's typically how that happens: access and opportunity. And that needs to be commented. That needs to be combated regardless of if you're in a fraternity, because any organization can house a rapist. And we've seen it. Athletes, schools, whatever. So to attach a fraternity, let alone my fraternity, to it, I think is wholly irresponsible. I'm sure it was done for buzz, for, I won't say clout, because clout makes it seem frivolous. What happened to you with women is not frivolous. I'm not minimizing that. But it would, at some level, it's irresponsible, and this is why. There's no secret that fraternity culture, at least perceived from the outside, promotes some toxic tropes. I mean, don't get me wrong, like the popular bros, and when I say bros, I'm going to use this one in colloquial because we know who the bros are, but bros, if you will. The bros who get girls, they're kings amongst men. Fraternities like to throw parties and see girls there. We don't like just nothing but dudes. So in that, there's opportunities for, say, womanizing, becoming players, cheating, all of that. And if someone is a rapist or likes to take advantage of women, what better place to hide? But people need to understand something. Nothing about joining my fraternity, any fraternity really, that I know of, unless there is rape somewhere, turns someone into a rapist. It may give them opportunities, but just like getting a good job can give a rapist an opportunity, becoming a teacher, becoming an athlete, any leverage can give a rapist an opportunity, but it does not create a rapist. Okay? I don't know what y'all think we do when we're intaking, if you will, however that may happen. But I can assure you there are no women involved unless she's following the paperwork. But there are no women involved. I don't know what that burning sands. I did not see a woman at all when this cue was getting made. That's just what it was. I say made in the colloquial sense, because see with these disclaimers what I'm saying. Anyway, so if a rapist joins our fraternity, and it's happened, I don't deny that at all, and I'm not going to say that we haven't presented them opportunities, but understand that dude was a rapist. And again, going back to true manhood involves the protection of the women around us. I can honestly say I have never have reason to suspect that any Q that I've met, and I know quite a few brothers, I've been in this fraternity just a little bit, of being a rapist. I've heard of other brothers that I don't know, and it's put them on my radar, but that's why we've heard, because we talk steel sharp as steel, we police. Are we perfect? No. Because just like a potential victim can't see a rapist come in, how are we supposed to know until something happens? But I'm not even going to act like some people wouldn't sweep it under the rug, because look at R. Kelly. All I can say is that this man, this Omega, is not with it. And the brothers who made me and who share my chapter, long live LA, by the way, we're not with it. And if there's something we need to know, come tell us, because we're not with it. But the narrative that this is a black Greek, let alone a black Omega, is wholly irresponsible. Because the fact of the matter, just like I said, fraternity culture can promote toxic tropes that will enable a predator. The D9 is such a small portion of the fraternal organizations in this country. Alpha Phi Alpha is the largest one, and I think they're the number 10 spot in the top 10 fraternities in this country by membership numbers. Omega, Sigma, Kappa, UPS, I'm sorry, IOTA, they don't even break the top 20. Okay? So, just by sheer volume, if there is a rapist and they're in a fraternity, it's an astronomical percentage that it's going to be in a white organization. I'm not saying that makes it any better, but the hashtag is not addressing that. And I'm on your side that most black women are raped by black men. No argument, okay? But to attach it to a fraternity paints the picture that, especially a specific one, but again, not worried about that, paints a picture that is irresponsible. Okay? I'm all for policing us. Okay? Because just like I know no cues around me, if I thought a Kappa and Alpha Sigma, whatever, was about, I'd be in his face too. Because that does not happen around me in my chapter. So that's the only reason I really felt the need, because this isn't about Omega. This is about black men. This is about our house, and our house being our community and being the protectors we're supposed to be and policing it. Okay? I'm not trying to mute any woman's voice. If a man, can't even call him that, if a member of a black Greek-led organization, even especially Omega, has violated you, air him out. I promise you, you may unfortunately meet some brothers who rush to defend them. And be clear, clarity is not defense. We want to make sure that we're right here. But even still, you might find somebody who tries to minimize it. You have, it sounds real twisted, you have a friend at me. And I'll make it my business to find out about it. But that is not who we are. Obviously, that goes without saying. And if there's a conversation y'all want to have culturally, like, then fine, let's have it. But I don't want this to turn into something, detract from the Me Too message, detract from the voice that women are finding to say, oh, so here they go. Because I did roll my eyes there when I first saw it, but I didn't close my ears. So if there's a way that you ladies want this to go, by all means, at me. You got the inbox on here. You can hit me up on Gmail, ask Epps, like Omar and Mike Epps, at gmail.com. I'm here for you, like, honestly and truly. But we need to start controlling the things we put out, and not necessarily in this hashtag culture that we have. Hashtags are powerful, but just because it's snappy doesn't mean it's going to serve your purposes. And it may seem well because it's getting the buzz that you need, but what are you really putting out there? That's just my 2 cents.